More people than ever are running. A whopping 840,000 people entered the London Marathon ballot, and it's so cool to see so many people want to take on such a big, huge, ginormous challenge. If you've already subscribed to me, hello, welcome back, how are you doing? If you're new here, my name is Emily. I am a slow runner and I make content all about the joys of running, running slowly, and all of that jazz. You can find me over on Instagram as well if that is your thing, and make sure to comment, like, and subscribe because it really does go a long way. I signed up for my very first marathon this time last year, and I actually ran said marathon in April of this year. If you didn't know, I ran the Brighton Marathon, although I feel like I talk about it all the time, so you should know that. There are so many things that I wish I'd have known as a beginner runner. It would have saved me a lot of tears. I think there were quite a few tears during my marathon training. But yeah, there's so many things that I wish I'd have known. So what I've done is I've compiled all of those things into one little video for you. Give it a watch. Let me know what you think. Good morning. I thought I would bring you along with me on my day today. And we're starting the day by how I'd recommend you starting running. And that is starting slowly. This tip is at the start of the video for a reason, and that's because I do think it is one of the most important ones. Take your time with training and make sure that you include easy runs throughout your training program. So an easy run is basically where you can run at a conversational pace, and you should finish the run feeling like you can carry on. If you're brand new to running or exercise, don't set out to run a marathon in 6 weeks' time. I would really suggest starting small. Maybe you're trying to get your first 5k, or you're even just focusing on running for 15 minutes without stopping. If you're able to start slow, it just means that you're probably going to enjoy it more, you're less likely to get injured, and you're not going to completely overwhelm yourself by just starting out too fast or running too many times a week for too long. I personally find the slower approach to running way more enjoyable. It's not for everyone, but I would recommend giving it a go. I don't think there's anything wrong with making things easier, especially at the start when you're just getting used to a whole new sport. I'd highly recommend just taking a bit of time to research the Jeffing method, which is basically where you run for a certain amount of time and then you walk for a certain amount of time. It's an incredible tool that you can use within running, and it's something that I still use to this day after running for over a year. So I've just come out on a little walk. The sun is shining, which is great. It's been very on and off here in London. I've got my little coffee. I'm a decaf gal, in case you were wondering. I'm sure you weren't. But yeah, just carrying on from what I was saying is you're going to have times when it feels shit. And that is absolutely fine. It'd be like a one-off run that didn't feel good. You could have a period of a couple of weeks where all of your runs feel really hard. I was struggling with that recently if you saw some of my last videos. I'm not saying it to dishearten you or to deter you from running. I just think it's the reality of running sometimes, and with anything in life, not always going to be easy. Just know if it does start to feel hard that it's totally normal and you're not the only one. And you might have days where you can't even run a kilometre. I still feel like now I'm still struggling to run like a 5k. Like even just a casual 5k sometimes does feel hard. And I think it's times like that you just need to have compassion for yourself and just know this feeling isn't going to stick around forever. It's totally normal. Other runners feel it too. Even seasoned runners feel it. You might also start to compare your time or progress to other people on Instagram. I feel like when you start to get a new hobby, then our algorithms change and all you'll see is people running, and I think it'll be predominantly fast runners just because that's what I've been used to, but hopefully you'll see people like me on your timeline who, you know, represent your pace a little bit more. That's kind of why I do it, just so that people don't feel so alone. Running can become such a miserable sport if you're constantly wondering, why can't I run that fast or that far, or whatever it is. Truth is, everyone is on their own journey, and constantly comparing your performance to someone else's won't make you feel any better. It won't make you run faster, and it won't make you run further. I actually think it's going to stop you from progressing because you're more likely to give up, because it doesn't feel good to feel like you're not capable of doing something. Try and be inspired by these people if you can, and if you can't, just unfollow them on Instagram, unfollow them on Strava, on YouTube, whatever it is. You can kind of control your social network, I guess. I'm absolutely blessed with this sun today. Contrary to what Instagram will tell you, TikTok Shop will tell you, you don't need all of the gear that people are advertising. I honestly think if you're just starting out, the only thing you need is one pair of trainers. You do not need speed shoes, in my opinion. I don't know if somebody ever needs speed shoes who is kind of like a casual runner like me. I mean, I prefer to do long distance, so I don't think I would ever have the need for speed shoes anyway. So get yourself a good pair of running shoes. I will link below just a few of my favourite essentials. But yeah, just don't feel pressured into buying loads of tap basically, that you feel like you need but you don't, like these freeze roll on muscle balm like things. I just think that they're not that necessary. They probably don't make that much of a difference. You're better off just having like a hot bath afterwards, or finding other ways that you can make your body feel better, like stretching. Don't feel like you need to own absolutely everything and stock up, because you just don't. You don't even really need to buy running specific outfit, and just go out in your gym gear. There's literally no shame in doing that. And also feel like everybody always has like a nice running outfit on. I mean, I wear black all the time, so you probably don't actually. My running outfits are maybe not that nice. Don't feel like you need to look good every time that you run. I know you want to feel good, and that's totally fine. Wear what makes you feel good, but don't feel the pressure to spend loads of time putting on an outfit when the focus should be on yourself and getting out and moving your body. But also, if you like buying stuff, you have the means to, it makes you happy, fucking go for it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not here to judge. Being outside is so nice. I always forget this because I spend like 90% of my time at a desk inside. So let's just all take a deep breath in. Now, don't you feel better? I do. I'm going back home now. I think I've gallivanted around for far too long, and I've actually got adult things to do. That walk was everything that I needed. If you're ever feeling, do you know what I mean? Just go outside. So there's another thing that I think is really important to talk about, and that is how to stay consistent. And I don't think consistency necessarily means you hit in 3 runs a week every week, or however many runs it is that you want to do. I think when things get hard, life gets busy, you have to make adjustments in order to stay on track, or just in order to keep it interesting. Sometimes running can get boring if you're doing the same thing over and over again, like anything in life. One thing that I really like to do is get on a bike in the gym, or I'll go for a swim. Things like that, just mixing it up, can really, really help your brain if you're in a bit of a funk, but also keep improving your running performance by doing things like biking, swimming, the elliptical machine, because all of those things are easier on the heart. For me, running really makes my heart beat fast. Doing things like biking and swimming keeps my heart rate elevated but not too high, so it's something that I can do for a prolonged period of time, and it also increases your cardiovascular health and fitness. Don't feel like you're not going to be continuing to improve if you swap out a run for one of those exercises, because it does help. That being said, also, if you just need a break and you don't want to swap the run, you just want to get rid of it, that is also fine. I know everyone's into the grind and, you know, all of that stuff. That's really not for me. I think there's a time and a place. But for me, for the most part, it's just about making it enjoyable, because I'm more likely to stick at it. And life's too short to do things that make you feel shit, in my opinion. Feel free to disagree. So I thought we would do, also total transparency, I'm at a run club, and we lost them at 1.5 kilometers in because they're so fast. It's a 5k lap, and I think I ran for, I've actually got it here, 1.5 kilometers at 5:40, 5:35 pace, which we all know is I'm not there yet, and that's their easy pace, and that is fine. Let's bust some running myths while we've got the time. So Josh is going to read out myths for me.
You need a certain body type to run.
That's obviously wrong, and I think you will, if you ever go to a race, or if you run in a race, or if you watch a race, you will know that that's not true. When I started going to races, I was actually amazed at how there's so many different ages, first of all, that run. No, there is not a runner's body, not for kind of like casual run. If you're an athlete, obviously that's a different story, but for most people, no, there isn't a runner's body. And if you go to races, you will see that there's so many different ages there, so many different shapes and sizes, and they're all speedy. Like, there was old people running past me super fast. It's very naive to say that there is a runner's body, because there's not.
The next one, you need to sign up to races.
No, you do not need to sign up to races. It's a good way to set a goal, but if you like, oh, here they are. You guys are so fast.
You have to run now.
You're gonna have to run.
Ready?
Yeah. You need to run as fast as you can for every run. That is incorrect. In fact, you should not be running as fast as you can for every run, because if you do, you'll get tired. If I run this fast, at every run I would probably be injured, I would hate running, and I just wouldn't progress. You have to run every day to improve. Also not true, especially if you're new to running. If you ran every day you'd probably get injured. So no, rest is king.
I always find that
Is there a difference?
And I kind of need to know things that.
Show you all that.
And there we have it, those are my tips. I really hope that this helped. I think the point of this video was just to make you not afraid of running, to understand that if it does get hard, you're not alone, and just focus on yourself. For me, running is a really good way to be selfish, but in the best way possible, because it doesn't involve anybody else but you if you want it to be that way. And if there's one thing that you take away from this video, it's just running is just running. Don't stress, it's not worth the stress. If you can make it enjoyable, you'll stick to it for longer, and you will be amazed at how far you can progress just by being consistent. So yeah, I really hope that this video helped, and I know I've got a lot of experienced runners that watch this channel, so if you have any tips for any of the beginner runners watching this, then please leave them in the comments. If you are a beginner runner, make sure to look in the comments to look out for those videos as well. If you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe, that'd be great. I'm trying to make videos every week. They're actually really time consuming, believe it or not, but I'm really going to try. And in the meantime, you can follow me over on Instagram, as I mentioned before. I will see you in the next video, but in the meantime, if there's anything that you want to see, let me know in the comments, because I'm all up for collaboration. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!